Everything about him was a negative, was a zero. You deserve better.
You mean to tell me her mother is the only person that was brave enough to tell her something that she needed to hear? All these people around her, all these friends she got, female friends, sisters, aunties, cousins, all of these followers, no one told her the first time around that this was the wrong guy?
You may not like what I'm saying here, but it's good he's not here right now. You need the space. Jaya needs the space because she don't need to sit there and listen at mom and dad argue all day.
I need support right now.
What?
I'm pregnant.
That's a shame. What the heck you do that for?
I don't even know what to say.
My God!
Well, I can tell you this. You helping me make my decision because...
Dog!
I've been thinking about an abortion.
Now, I know you ain't doing that. I can't believe you did this.
That's why I don't tell you nothing. Because...
Why you do that?
Why I do what?
Get pregnant by him again.
What the hell are you so mad for?
You having another baby that's more hell coming from him.
I didn't tell you to get this reaction.
Well, I don't know what reaction you thought I was going to have. What is it, a boy or a girl?
I don't know. Who cares? It doesn't matter. So don't even get too comfortable with this situation because it's a situation I do not want.
It's important for us to have women around us who can help guide our lives in a more positive direction by giving us advice when it comes to how we deal with the opposite sex.
Part of my healing process is putting myself in a position to be able to trust women again, to trust women to be my friends, to trust women to look out for me as a woman before they put the needs of a man before us. I think we as women don't have enough conversations about the tumultuous relationships that we have with each other, like with our moms, our sisters, our aunties. And I never really had any real feminine guidance when I was younger. I don't have the best relationship with my family, and the reason why is because I just never felt like comfortable around them. I never felt connected to them. And part of the reason why is because a lot of them just had nasty attitudes. A lot of my female relatives kind of came off as if they didn't really like me that much anyway. I don't think they taught me a lot about what it meant to be a woman. And at the end of the day, they probably were doing the best that they can with what they knew and what was handed down to them as far as the women in their family and the women that led them. One thing that I'm dealing with as I go through my healing journey is the negative relationships that I had with girls in high school or girls in my early 20s, and the relationship that I had with my son's father's mother before he and I broke up. So when I was dating my son's father, I used to talk to his mother almost every day. There was a time where me, his mother, and his mother's fiance were all living in the same house. And she used to talk to me every morning. Like, my son's father would go to work and she would come in the room and we would start talking. And then sometimes she would be away and we would be talking on the phone. A lot of times me and his grandmother would be talking, and me and his grandmother had like a, we was kind of cordial with each other. Like, a lot of people inside of their family was kind of mean to his grandmother, and I couldn't understand why, because she was like super cool, but she was kind of like, I don't know, just kind of liked things in a particular way. And I understood that because, I can relate, right? So her and I would be talking and things went pretty smooth with her. But with my son's father's mother, we used to talk every day to where we was building this relationship, and she used to talk to me about my son's father's ex-wife all of the time. Now, during the time I was dating him, he was going through a divorce with her. She would always tell me how, much her son had changed, and she thanked me for bringing him around because she hadn't seen him in so long. And I was such a family-oriented person. I was like, you need to be around your family. He told me that his estranged wife was the one that was keeping him away from his family when they was together. So I was like, well, y'all not together anymore, and I feel like you should go see your mom, go see your family. I was like, I would love to meet your family. And he was like, well, I don't know if I want to introduce you to my mom and my sister, because my mom and my sister still have some type of connection to my estranged wife. And I was like, if you don't want to introduce me to them and you're not ready to move on and bring me into your family, then what's the point of us even dealing with each other? And when I said that, he was just kind of like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense, like, yeah, like, what's the point? So he ended up introducing me to them. And his sister always had like a negative attitude. She was just like, just nasty all of the time. And from what I understood, her other relatives also believed that she had like an attitude problem. So his mother would say to me, like, ignore her. She like always like that. Like, that's just her personality. And I was just like, okay, I'll still be kind to her because I ain't got no problem with her. Like, I'll, be cordial. I'm a nice person, so whatever, right? And so we would be talking, and I was telling his mother, like I was genuinely confiding in this woman. We was building such a smooth relationship with each other. And I remember when she got engaged to her fiance and they ended up getting married, I was the first one to know that they actually got married. Like, they went to the courthouse and I was the one that took their wedding photo. And none of their other kids knew that they were married. So I was the first person to know. And it was just really like a good relationship I was building with her. And she just kept reassuring me. She just kept saying, he don't want her no more. He wants you. You it. And I said, if he still wants to be with her, I'm going on about my business. I need those divorce papers signed, filed. It needs to be done. They're saying it's done, but I need proof that it's done. I told his mother I was going to take my ass to California if he didn't get his shit together and I didn't get those divorce papers like I wanted. And I didn't have it. So I was coming to her like, if this is not something I need to be doing, I need y'all to tell me this. Like, I'm trying to have patience with these two. And she was just like, no, don't worry about it. He love you. Stick around. Just hold tight. You see how that went? I'm in California. And I tried, I really did. When my son's father and I relationship started to shift and I started to notice a change in him, I should have known what the issue was. I should have known that he was sleeping with other women or that he may have started sleeping with his estranged wife. And I remember saying to my son's father's mother, like, I think something is wrong because he's beginning to be mean to me. And I said, right now, what's weird is that you are his mother and you are being nicer to me than he is. And this was towards the end of the relationship. At the beginning of relationship, everything is fine. Towards the end, he just started being different. And so I was saying to her, like, things are starting to shift. And so when I got pregnant with my son, but he was telling me he didn't want the baby, he wasn't ready, he still had feelings for his ex. And I'm like, you picked a fine time to tell me this because I've been asking you the whole relationship, was you sure about your feelings? And now you wait until I'm pregnant to tell me this? So basically, he ended up leaving me in a hotel pregnant and he moves back in with his estranged wife, right? After having me move everything out of the house I lived in, and we're sharing a storage unit. Now I'm sitting in the hotel pregnant by myself while he goes back and moves in with her. Before that even happened, I remember being on the phone with his estranged wife, and she just was like, I want y'all to work out, congratulations on y'all having a baby. I want us to be friends. I want to be cool. I want us to be real chill with each other because I love him and he love you and y'all about to have a baby. So I just want me and you to be cool. And I was just thinking to myself, like, that's too much, like, for me right now. Like, I don't need you to be hovering over my relationship with him. I need you to go on about your business like you planned. And I kept telling her, I just need you to stay out of it. Like, I don't need you to, like, babysit us. I need you to stay out of it. But she kept just, like, being a part of it. And this is when I knew maybe he's still sleeping with her. And this is the reason why she all up and through our business. Maybe they still together. So eventually, as she's befriended me, his mother has befriended me. These two women are playing a monumental role in the decision I have to make about whether or not I stay with this man. And both of them are encouraging me to stay with this man. His mother is like, listen, he love you, stay around. His estranged wife is like, he love you, stay around. Next thing you know, he's telling me he doesn't love me. He doesn't know how he feels about me. So I hit up his mom and I'm like, why would you lie to me? Like, why would you tell me that he has feelings for me when you know he doesn't? You know your son. You know he still has feelings for his ex. Why wouldn't you tell me that so I could move on? Could have got pregnant by somebody who genuinely loved me. I could have moved in with a man who actually had a plan for me, a positive one. And instead of me having that opportunity and being able to have a baby with somebody who genuinely wants a child and wants a baby, I'm stuck with this guy now. And I can't even truly 100% blame these two because still at the end of the day, it was my responsibility. It was my choice. And I allowed these two women to affect the choices I made for myself. He had manipulated these two women to the point to where they was doing whatever was in his best interest. So his estranged wife was telling me that he wanted me. Secretly, she was sleeping with him behind my back. She only was doing what she needed to do to please him, but was telling me she was doing what she needed to do to please herself, because supposedly she had moved on to someone else. His mother was telling me whatever the fuck she needed to tell me, because I had just brought her son back into her life when he had been gone for a long time. So she was saying whatever she needed to say to me for me to keep him around. So I'm sitting here getting played by 3 different people. 3 people I shouldn't even allow to have access to me. Do you understand that? Part of my healing process is putting myself in a position to be able to trust women again. To trust women to be my friends. To trust women to look out for me as a woman before they put the needs of a man before us. Because I'm going to tell you like this. My son bet not ever. He better not ever mistreat no woman. It is my responsibility as his mother to teach him how to respect women and children. Sometimes I feel like my son's father's mother failed him. She didn't teach him how to be better to women. So he mistreated his wife for 14 years, and then he turned around and mistreated me. Now he's divorced, and I'm pretty sure he's dealing with other women. I don't deal with him at all. I don't talk to him. But part of me healing from that relationship and that situation is me forgiving myself for choosing the wrong women to attach myself to and try to bond with, and me not trusting my gut when something was telling me something was wrong with him and his family as a whole. Because after I was introduced to his family initially, after us being around each other a couple of times, I started noticing a weird toxic pattern with his family, and it was severely dysfunctional. And instead of me just listening to myself and trusting myself and saying, you know what, my family was dysfunctional, his family is dysfunctional, us having a family together might not be a good idea until both of us have healed. He hadn't even started his healing process. So I share this story with you ladies because I want you to understand, when you have these relationships with your boyfriend's mother or your boyfriend's sister, please understand that 9 times out of 10, if something happens between you and him, they are always going to have his back. They will lie to you for him. They will manipulate you for him. It is about him and what he wants. And at the end of the day, you have to protect yourself from them too, regardless to how much you feel like they're your family or how much you have bonded with them. Just be careful with that. Because I promise you, had his mother and his estranged wife not came to me and encouraged me to continue dating him and was telling me that he loved me, I would have left. I was telling his mother I was thinking about leaving, because I wanted to see actual proof that they had filed for divorce. I wish things would have worked out better with me and his mom. I really do, and him, because she has a beautiful grandson. She has a grandson she haven't even met. My son's father has a son he hasn't even met. We got DNA testing. He got court-ordered child support that's garnished from his pay. His sister hasn't met her nephew. It's just a whole fucking mess. And I would have preferred having a baby by someone whose family had more sense than that, more love than that, more kindness than that, and more understanding. When my son was turning 1 year old, I called his mom and his sister and his cousin and told all of them I would be coming to Atlanta for his first birthday party. If you want to meet him, we could sit down, we could talk, squash the beef. It doesn't have to be any drama. We could put that shit past us. It ain't got to be that serious. I don't even care. I just want y'all to meet, your family member. You already know how that went. You can't expect for everybody to be mature and forgiving and understanding and whatever else on your time. So I respected that. But it's been 5 years now, so